Good evening, everybody, and welcome back again to another live show on the channel. It is the match review and the player ratings from that absolute abysmal performance down at the American Express Stadium as well. Not to mention me making the journey nearly 700 miles there and back in total, and to see that absolute shower of shite performance yesterday was just... Oh my God, I can't believe what I watched out there yesterday. It was that absolute bad to watch. John by Mason, how are you doing?
Yeah, too bad.
Good. Well, guys, if you do enjoy tonight's live show, remember to hit the thumbs up. Remember to hit the subscribe button. Of course, if you're brand new to the channel, if you're not yet subscribed, and you really enjoy the content that goes on this channel, please hit that subscribe button. It's completely free to do so, and it is helping the channel grow as well. And, of course, remember to hit that bell notification to let you know of any other live shows. And, of course, any other pre-recorded videos get uploaded to the channel as well. So, bell notification to notify you whether it's a live or a pre-recorded video on the day as well. If you'd like to donate, Super Chats are available. And if you want to become a member for just 99p a month. And if you are a member of the channel, you will be put into a prize draw as well. Beers just says bring on the spoons. It says Beer. Yeah. I mean, I know you probably didn't see the full game, Mason, but I think that with the highlights you've seen, I mean, it was probably glad you're probably glad you didn't catch the full 90 minutes of that, because it was that absolute bad. Well, I even seen in front of me two eyes live on the pitches.
For what I seen, looked shite. Basically, all Brighton, and I feel like Matoma, Ferguson, and Gilmour were fucking outstanding with them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, an 18-year-old kid made an absolute mockery of our defense. Our defense looked absolutely clueless yesterday, I really thought. Of course, I know I don't want to come out with the excuse to say that our bottom was the reason why, but you can tell the difference when he's in that side as well, how really better we are in defence when he's in there. Yesterday, we were an absolute shambles at the back. I've got to say, I thought Fabian Schär had one of his poorest games. I thought Dan Burn was horrendous yesterday as well. Put into his proper centre-back role, he looked all over the place at times as well. And don't get me started with Matt Targett yesterday. My God. Every time he got the ball, he looked clueless with it. He didn't know what to do with it half the time. I mean, I would say Trippier was probably the better out of the other ones, but the defence was just made a mockery yesterday, completely yesterday. It was that bad. As well. Again, I don't understand taking Tonali off. Bruno, again, was not quite as affected, I've got to admit. And I've got to say about Joe Linton, he never looked fit for me yesterday. He didn't look match fit at all, and I don't know why he played. He shouldn't have played, in my opinion. He really shouldn't have. So, yeah, Isak at times looked quite isolated at times. I mean, he had a chance which he shot wide. I think he's got to be hitting the target from there, in my opinion. Wilson came on and he's looked a lot better. And do you know what? Wilson is in with the right chance of a start, possibly against Brentford after the international break. It wouldn't surprise me as well. I thought when Isak went out wide, he did look a little bit more better as well. But I've got to see Wilson's in push for a start for me as well. So, yeah. BS says Dan Burn can't deal with small, technical, nippy players. He cannot. He really can't. The team looked disinterested. We were all over the place. That was the problem as well. And I forgot to read Al's comment. Says, hi, hope you're well. So, yeah, I mean, we've got the fact that Miggy, we need to talk about Miggy here as well. Apart from the one deflected chance he had, which was saved by their keeper, he looked like a headless chicken, I thought, a lot of that game yesterday as well. I really thought he did. The times he didn't challenge for the ball, and a lot of fans were getting annoyed with that as well. I could really hear them, who were sitting not near quite close to us, saying, go challenge for the ball. And, yeah, and hopefully the international break has come at the right time for us, and hopefully we are ready and recharged. for after Brentford after the international break. Hopefully we are. I mean, Mason, what do you think Eddie's going to have to do to make sure we stop picking up the points again? I mean, we've lost 3 games in a row already.
I feel like he has to. I feel like he has to start Lewis Hall.
Do you know what? I think you should.
He was on the bench. He was on the bench yesterday, and he didn't get some snippets of the game. He's a young kid. He needs to develop. And Eddie Howe for some reason didn't give him some development yesterday. And I mean, why would you bring an 18-year-old kid in when you're not going to play him? And I like it better in players, but I feel like he needs to give them 5-10 minutes, 10-15 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why he didn't give him 10 minutes.
He was on the bench. He didn't make an appearance as well. I've got to admit.
When Target was shit, looked shit. What you said. Bring him on for the last 15 minutes.
He looked nervous, I thought. Mickey was anonymous, apart from the one chance he was. Joe Linton wants to play for Brazil despite clearly being injured. He shouldn't have played yesterday, Joe Linton, if he wasn't match fit. Recall the Hendrick loan and play him in the 6th role. I mean, a lot of people say that Tonali and Bruno don't work together, but the fact is, Eddie's going to have to find a way to make it that work. I mean, he's going to have to find it to make it work somehow, because who you got at the other options? You've got Sean Longstaff. Now, I'll be looking at the stats. Is that when we've had Longstaff in, we've won a lot of the games in particular. But again, I didn't think Longstaff was effective when he came on yesterday as well. I mean,
I didn't. I only seen the highlights. I didn't see how Longstaff was.
Yeah, but I mean, no, yeah, I mean, but I think Eddie's got to try and make some way to make Bruno and Tonali work together as a centre midfield. Together, it's some way.
Or if you want to, start against Brentford, because we played in the Champions League 3 days later, so you might want to keep like Tonali and Tonali, Bruno, Joe Linton, keep them for Tuesday night.
You could do. You never know. We might see some rotation as well.
Because that game's back on a Saturday now.
Which, by the way, that game's been moved to a Saturday now because of the Champions League. And the fact is, it's a 5:30 kickoff. And the fact is, I'm also heading on holiday on the same day. And the fact is, it's a 4.5-hour flight. And my flight is 3:00 in the afternoon. No, 3:30 in the afternoon. And that means I'm going to miss the game, unfortunately, altogether. Because I don't land in Lanzarote until 8:00 at night. Because it's about 4.5 hours flight to Lanzarote. So I'm going to miss all of the game, unfortunately, which I'm a little bit gutted about. But we've got to turn this around, hopefully, Mason. Eddie Howe's got to get the players in who aren't going on international duty. He's got to get them in training and get some work done with them.
I mean, that's what he has to do. Because we've had 3 disappointing-ish games. And I feel like whoever's not an international duty, just go have the 2 weeks of doing what we need to improve on and then go into the Brentford game playing a lot better.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll just run into a couple of comments. I would try Miley in the 6th role, move going to the right and put J7 on the left. Or you have Bonds on the left as well. Hi, Pete and Mason. Hope you're well, Tony. Unbearable pain will forge to be durable. Encouragement on weekdays, something that other teams don't have. Newcastle fans very good. The fact is, our fans were magnificent yesterday. We kept going. We kept singing "Is this the way to Barcelona?" Despite 3-0 down, we still kept singing throughout the rest of the match and all of that. Pete, part-time fan, going to Lanzarote for a shag with Granny over your TV. God be man. Hi guys, how's it going? Hope you're well, Philip. As well. I mean, the first goal. We've got to talk about Mason. I don't know what Pope's doing there.
Pope's got to do better.
He's got to do better, completely.
Really, when he allegedly saved the Billy Gilmore goal, he should have done a lot better.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you do that for an experienced keeper in this league away? Not good enough, man.
Got to be parrying that away completely. Oh, he's got to train. Yeah.
I thought their keeper had a good game. By the way, I just want to say
He didn't have an awful lot to do though. At
No,
times,
for what I seen, he made a few decent saves.
he did. I mean, he was good. He did well with his distribution. I thought their keeper as well. For Todd's on social media, want Eddie Howe. Oh, yeah, you will get that, unfortunately, Tony. I don't want Eddie Howe, and I believe Eddie Howe can get it right. And he will do something over the international break to try and make sure we get up the points that we need again.
I just want to say as well, we are in this exact same boat as last year.
But we're just a point off worse, I believe.
But a point off worse, aye.
I mean, if we get 3 points against Brentford, that's going to better us in a bit from last season as well.
And the thing is, we played Brentford around about this time last year, but in October.
Yeah.
We need to put that performance in like what we did last year. But the thing is, they don't have Tony.
Yeah. Nick Pope shocked performance yesterday. He wasn't at his best. His catching for the first goal, and he allowed Ferguson, an 18-year-old lad, as well, to tap that in as well. So I mean, if that goal could have possibly been prevented. I mean, the second goal Ferguson scored was an absolute beltering of a goal, I've got to admit. I don't think Pope any chance of that. And the third goal, could you say, Mason? It's just an unlucky deflection, or do you think it just summed up how we were in terms of at the back?
Unlucky deflection. To be honest, unlucky deflection. Nice little play by Billy Gilmore. I mean, if Sky did 2 man of the match awards, I would have probably given it to obviously Ivan Ferguson and Billy Gilmore because they were my 2 man of the matches yesterday. Because I would have picked one from each side, but none of the Newcastle players who I seen didn't deserve my man of the match. And I will give Billy Gilmore my man of the match.
Billy Gilmore was good. Ferguson Matoma caused us problems as well, I thought. I thought João Pedro played very well for them as well. He caused us problems as well. And the fact is, remember, we were linked with him as well. And people called us a bit crazy. Gee, what? He's proven a point, actually, in the Premier League that he can do it. I mean, we're going to turn Brentford over in Milan, says Bia. Do you know what? Hopefully, yes, Milan. I mean, do you know what the good thing is about the first Champions League game? It's away, and I'm still on holiday at the time, so I'm going to be back for the home game. Tony says we lost 3 games in a row last season. Liverpool, Man U, Cup final, and see nobody shout if Eddie Howe to be sacked. No, they didn't. They're baffling how Tonali keeps getting substituted. I don't get it. He's kind of way helping that midfield. I'm sorry, but Bruno just wasn't really as effective again yesterday. He really, really wasn't for me. And I don't know why Eddie Howe is looking in to take Bruno off, in my opinion, because at the moment, Tonali's still trying to work his balls off, trying to win that ball back at times. And Eddie Howe hobs them off with still quite a lot of time remaining as well. That's the thing. I mean, he's got to keep Tonali on longer and possibly look to try to take Bruno off at some point if Bruno's not being effective at the moment.
You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, I thought you were. I thought you had one off there.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think the Brentford game should be the starting point of him staying on for longer. Because Brent, another bring back Neil Maupay, but I feel like he won't bang in the goals like what he won't bang in the goals there fighting himself.
They brought Neil Maupay back, did they?
They've brought to sign Neil Maupay back on deadline day on loan.
Who, Brighton?
No, Brentford.
Oh, Brentford, did they?
He won't be the same player who bangs left, right, goals left, right, and
he doesn't score. I don't think he scores enough in the Premier League for me.
But they've still got Mbemu, that German lad, and Wisa. But he's got to stay on if Eddie Howe doesn't want to concede more goals. That's what he should be doing.
Yeah, absolutely. No real fan wants Eddie Howe out. Real fans are 100% behind. We are still behind Eddie Howe.
No, not Eddie Howe out.
No, definitely not.
The only out I am is Southgate.
Yeah.
That's it.
Maybe apart from a couple of games, just hasn't been right since after the World Cup. He hasn't. As I mentioned, the one chance which was deflected, he looked like a headless chicken. I just mentioned early in the show. At times, he didn't go for challenge for the ball, and I'm thinking that's very disappointing in my opinion. The midfield three wasn't right yesterday, as we need Longstaff in there for the defensive side, and Pope has to be dropped next game as he looks too nervous. Says Tony. Oh, that's an interesting one. I'm not sure about him being dropped. Pope. I mean, the other choices are Dubravka or Karius, but
But the thing is, how are you going to start Dubravka or Karius?
it's going to be one of them too, isn't it? Yeah, it would. But I can't see that.
That's my worry. How are you going to start Dubravka or Karius?
Mm-hmm.
Dubravka. If I was Tony, I would go with Karius because Dubravka, ever since he went that move to Man United, he's honestly he has lost my total respect.
Yep. BS, it's time to get Sergio Ramos on a short-term contract. God almighty. Don't know why Miggy's get the blame these days. Bruno's been diabolical. Can't believe how he played. I mean, I'm not just pickpointing. I'm just not putting it all on Miggy here, Steve. Bruno, I said, was ineffective. Joe Linton didn't look match fit for me as well. So,
but the thing is, going with Bear fighting centre back. That kid out and I's been in the back in the UK for the past few days, but few weeks. We should have signed that. We should have put that young lad who we got in from Milan on the bench. The Irish lad.
Or Alex Murphy.
Nah, possibly.
Tony says Kasper Schmeichel's available on a free as well. But the fact is, we've got too many keepers in. You'd have to offload one of them out. That's the only thing.
Just send it back to Saudi. That's probably.
Which, by the way, I can't believe that Mo Salah deal didn't happen, did it?
But they've got until Friday.
They've got until Friday. Julian should have probably been rested on the bench or shouldn't have been involved in the game at all. He didn't look match fit for me. So very disappointing, I've got to admit as well. I mean, I've got to say, do you think possibly we should look back to Isak and Wilson together, maybe? Because I've got to say, Isak on the left, he was quite okay, but and then Wilson, or do you drop Isak and play Wilson? Because Wilson looked very good when he came on, I thought, and he scored that really good goal.
Possibly, I'll start Wilson against Brentford because Brentford aren't a team like your Brighton or your Liverpool and Man City.
Yep.
And they've got a decent, and they're trying to do the same model as us and Brighton, which is not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, well, Tony, they'll probably struggle a bit.
Yeah.
And I would probably stop Wilson because need Tony, need goals.
Yep. I think Mason's just having to do something there, but yeah. I thought Wilson did very well when he come on, I thought. I mean, yeah. So, yeah, mind your player ratings will be interesting when we get to them. With our back four not going to score very high. I can tell you that, really. So, yeah. But, yeah, even Tony says J7 wasn't fit. He wasn't. He just didn't look fit at all. Mistakes by Pope, but all keepers make mistakes. A lot of all keepers do make mistakes. That's the thing. And again, Eddie Howe, hopefully we'll do something in training to make sure we are back and ready and we are recharged yesterday. Brighton were better than us in every department of the way. Yeah, I agree. Tony up front in the midfield and at the back as well in particular. So, yeah. Yeah, so. But I think, I know we're not a fan of international break, Mason, but we're just praying it's hopefully come at the right time for her. Maybe
50-50. Yes, for some players who aren't going in national duty in your 50s, just watching that fucking shit of a manager and Southgate.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand the bloke.
Well, it looks like, I was going to say we might have been dealt with a blow. It looks like Willock has unfortunately suffered a setback. So it means he might be facing a few further weeks out, and that's a big blow in a way as well. Because we're going to need Willock back in some point in the side for his pace and his drive with the ball, which he was very good at a lot last season as well.
Aye. You know what it is? We should. And he's had a setback, but we should be going for. We should have. Get him up. We shouldn't let Jay Tunica go on loan to St. Johnson. I feel like we should have put him on the bench since Willock's got enough step back.
Could have given him a chance, maybe, or Miley a chance as well.
Because the thing is, Jay Tunica, because we seen him at Gated, I think he was outstanding.
Yeah,
and I feel like he should be on the bench more instead of going out to St. Johnson.
Maybe should be given his opportunity now, possibly. Ferguson, top class majestic talent, absolutely. Just a shame he's playing for the Ireland national team because he deserves it. If he was allowed to play for England, he would be in there straight away.
Southgate wouldn't pick him.
No, that's the thing. I2 international breaks, but on this occasion, it's come at the right time. Hopefully, it has as well, Philip. Yeah. So hopefully it has. And Eddie Howe just gets Willock out for another 6 weeks. A big blow. It's another 6 weeks. That's the thing. Well, we need him back as well. In a way, we need him for the Champions League as well. The fact is, Mason, we kind of play like that in the Champions League, particularly who we've got. We will just get ripped a new one completely.
We'll probably will get a spanking if we play like that in the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
Because we'll get turned over like Man United did against Arsenal today, which is funny in a way, but I mean, if we did that in the Champions League, what Man U did today, bottled it. I'm sorry, we'll probably be in the Europa League in January.
That's the thing, we can't play like that, yeah. Miggy has to be dropped. He's had a lot of chances. Do you know what, I am actually agreeing with that as well. I would maybe going on the right to have Barnes on the left or possibly Isak on the left. Eric says, I guess it's to when you're compared to now, you are as much as progressed team now, yeah. Possibly, yeah. Cher was really lethargic. He was, unfortunately. We will win our next 3 games, says Gordon. Hopefully it is. Brentford, it's a tone we should be. After that, it's Sheffield United. We've got
we've got to beat them. We've got to beat them.
Got to beat them. And who is it after that? I believe it's Burnley in the league as well.
It's the day after my birthday.
And the fact is, Burnley have had a poor start since getting promoted. They've lost all the games.
That's what you get when you sign players from the same country as your manager.
Yeah, Verbruggen, their keeper, Verbruggen with his footwork, and then he came from Anderlecht to Belgium. And when I told Rolly we were linked with him, and he said no, as he would cut it in the Premier League. I think Rolly will be eating. Oh God, yeah. I thought Verbruggen was superb for them. He really, really was. Maybe he didn't have a lot to saves, but his distribution, he know when to come for the balls as well. So, yep. God does a lot of defensive work on the left. Risky to move him unless Hull comes in. To me, we should be looking at Hull or possibly Livramento there as well. Trippier, to me, hasn't put a foot wrong to be dropped, but the left back has been an issue at the problem. Byrne has been worked out pretty much in that position now. Target was just an absolute shower of shite yesterday. And I don't need to say any more about him anymore because I know people say, but he's not played a lot of game time as well. But the fact is, could you not see, Mason? He's nearly had nearly a full pre-season as well. Do you not agree? Oh, I think your sound's gone off, Mason. Oh, it's going on. Do it again, Mason. I think your sound's gone off or your mic's gone off. Yeah, I can hear. I think you've got it now.
Is that better?
Yeah, there we are.
Okay.
I mean, as I was saying there, Mason, the left back's becoming an issue now. Burns getting worked out there. Target was just woeful yesterday. So maybe it's time to start giving Hall or possibly Livramento a chance, who can play there as well.
Well, I have to. It's not good enough having constantly playing like well, it is good in a way, but Target hasn't been the same since we got him on a permanent deal.
And plus, I was saying as well, he's nearly had a lot of pre-season as well. Target for him chance to see it again. He was just all over the place yesterday. I don't know
if he played against Gated, but I feel like he was poor against the National League side.
He did play against Gated. He wasn't too bad, but he wasn't the greatest, I thought.
I mean, if he can't do it against the National League side and can't do it against Brighton, then I'm sorry, we need to cash him in January now. I said I said it on Friday when we should cash it in him, but he did, but nobody was in for him, which is a shame.
Well, yeah, that was it. So, yeah. Brighton is a unique game. Teams are still learning how to play against them. Biggest lesson was Liverpool and need to make more effective use on the wings. I thought we was absolutely shocking. We kept losing the ball all the time. We did. And that was Nick Pope doing, you should have catched the ball, not punch the ball to a Brighton player. Yeah, he should have done better there as well. Target probably gets him shot off in January. If something's not working with him, then it's probably a chance to say, well, it's time to move him on, whether it's a loan spell or a permanent deal. Hall and Livramento need to be given game time. They do, considering we've paid nearly 40 million for Livramento. I know we've got a loan move for Hall, but if we've got the obligation to buy at the end of the season, then he's going to have to be given some game time as well.
Yeah, I mean, 40 million for a player who just came back from a ACL injury, he needs more game time, same Hall, but nobody's going to get past Keane Trippier unless he breaks them up on again or gets injured.
Yeah, that's it, absolutely. Trippier was really poor against Gateshead, overrated and be exploited every game. Now, do you know, I didn't think Trippier was all that bad. I think he was the better out of a lot of them. But hopefully it's not going to happen. I was worried about firepower after that. I'm even more worried. Hopefully Eddie Howe gets it sorted after the international break. That's all hopefully he can really do is get the lads who aren't going off on to play for their countries in training. And yeah, and it was class to see also win 3-1 against United. It absolutely was. Not to mention that awful kit Man United was wearing the day.
I wonder if Johnson Clare was in the way in with that kit on.
I mean, the fact is, Man U thought they had the game won through Garnacho until he was offside. VAR checked it for offside, and then Declan Rice, takes a deflection and beats Onana.
Onana.
Yeah, I beats him at the post as well. So, and not to mention the way Gabriel Jesus just leaves Dalot on his arse as well. Was just incredible as well, and yeah, a million ha-has. Yep. 2 weeks practice on. We must have faith. Newcastle strong. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was, but yeah, at least the Man United game made up. Arsenal beat Man United, which was great to see. At least I made up for it because Man United are just a terrible team, man. Sorry, but they're just an awful team. I mean, apart from they scored the goal, they did really nothing much in that game, I've got to admit. I didn't think Arsenal were at the best, but Arsenal at times just didn't have to get out of first gear. And, yeah. So, yeah. Unlucky for someone who sits in front of a green screen every time, which you can see under Mason's name. So, there you are.
Glory-seeking bastard. That's what he is, glory-seeking bastard. Good evening, Mr. Goldbridge.
Yep.
No. Glad to see it. Glad to see it.
Hey, wow.
Bunch of plots. I can't stand the bloke, me, Lee.
Yeah, I don't think. What time did you get back this morning? Do you know what? I got back in Newcastle about 2:45 in the morning. I was expecting 4, 5 o'clock in the morning easily. But the fact is, considering when we got back on the coach after the game, we pretty much got out straight away and got straight on the motorway straight on the M25, which I expect to be busy a lot of the time, considering it's just like it's London pretty much, or like just outskirts of London, and there was no traffic on the way back, and we only had one stop for 10, 15 minutes, and we were just away again all the way, and yeah, we got back a decent time. Whether it's normally took longer if it's been a game in London, because the traffic is terrible in London, considering it's the capital city, and you're having to get out to get on all back onto the motorways that way. But it was Brighton, pretty much straight out the ground, onto the motorway straight away, and there were no problems on the way back. So there you are. Never kicked us off the A1 as well, considering the A1 majority of the time at night can get closed off. Nah, all the way back to Newcastle.
That happened to me once. I got kicked off at the A1. Mm-hmm. Funny enough, it was in bloody Dalton, though.
Yeah, I think that was Wembley. We got kicked off the A1 as well.
That was the only time I got kicked off, and that was at Dalton.
But yeah, it was fine. We got back in it earlier than we expected to be. So yeah, maybe it wasn't all that bad on a 5:30 kickoff. I was saying 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, easy, but no.
How do you get back from the How do you get back in from the stadium?
Well, I got a lift back, kindly back, got a lift back, so that was okay. Mark Goldbridge, so entertaining and funny watching him go off it when Man U are losing. We shouldn't talk about Mark, it only encourages it, so, but yeah. Yeah, well, so, yeah. Oh, excuse me. But you know what? It was a nice trip down to the Brighton Stadium. It's a nice ground as well.
You know the Southampton bus went past Gator Stadium yesterday?
No, did it?
On the way back to the airport. The airport. Mm-hmm. Did you pass any fans on the way back, on the way down and up?
No, I didn't actually.
You not? At the services?
No, I didn't see any.
Oh, I'm surprised about that.
Because
I usually do. I usually bump into any away for any other fans.
Do you?
Aye.
So, yeah, well, so, yeah. But anyway, it's time for player ratings. Now, Mason said you said you don't have to do this, Mason, considering you don't see the full game, but it's up to you if you want to do them or not.
Nah, I'll probably leave it out this time because I didn't see the whole full game.
That's no problem. So I'll do the player ratings then. So I'll kick it off with, of course, remember to get yours down in the live chat as well. What do you think as well? I'll start off with Nick Pope. And what are you doing for that first goal in particular? I'm sorry, you shouldn't be punching it right in front to Evan Ferguson. Sorry, you cannot really do that at all. So there we are. David De Gea on a free. Oh, at least we all go to bed tonight safe in the knowledge that none of us are Mark Goldbridge. Absolutely not. David De Gea, Nick Pope, sorry, I'm going to give a free for yesterday. I mean, that was dodgy for that first goal completely. 3 for Nick Pope, so that wasn't good. He can improve after the international break as well, so I'm giving Nick Pope a 3. Phillips going to go for a 1 for Pope. Oh, wow. Interesting, that one, So, yeah.
He's going to do... I'll probably give Pope with 1, because what he did for that first goal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that was just need.
Absolutely. So yeah, one of what people are going a generous 5. Oh, I think 5 is generous. I think he's very lucky to get that, in my opinion. Absolutely right. We'll go in the back 4. Kieran Trippier. He was the better out of the lot of them. I mean, his defense was okay, but his set pieces, were all over the place. Set pieces were all over the place from Trippier. Again, give Tonali an opportunity as well on the set pieces. I mean, there was a chance we had from a corner, and he tries to roll it across to the edge of the box, and he got it completely wrong as well. So I'm going to say a 4 for Trippier. His defense wasn't bad, but his set pieces were all over the place again, unfortunately. So 4 for Trippier. Dave's go for 2 for Pope. 4 for Trippier. I give Trippier a 4 as well. Right then, so we'll go into the centre-backs and we'll go with Fabian Schär. And that was one of his poorest games, I've got to admit. That really was one of his poorest games, I've got to admit. So some of his passes weren't coming off. He was getting really caught out a lot as well. But do you know what? Fabian Schär, hopefully can recover from that. Because I would say it's probably one of the poorest he's had in a while as well. So I'm going to probably go with for Fabian Schär, we'll probably say a 3 as well for Fabian Schär. So, yeah, a 3 for Fabian Schär. Trippier takes everything, hogs everything, and it rarely goes anyway. He's a good midfielder and an average defender. He can be a very good defender, but it's just... it was just his set pieces all over the place. A 2 for Schär. Okay, says Philip. Schär a 0. Stupidly played 10 minutes with a muscle injury. I didn't notice that, actually. Bloody hell. I didn't actually notice that as well. So, right alongside him in the centre backwards, and that was Dan Burn, and that was absolutely a dreadful performance from Dan Burn. I think he's been completely worked out at the moment, Dan Burn. Even they had him in his proper positions, but he was all over the place as well. That was terrible. I'm sorry. That was horrendous. I'm gonna give Dan Burn a 1. He was awful yesterday. He was shocking. A 1 for Dan Burn. He was terrible. BS going for a 2 for Burn. Wow. Right, and then the last of the back 4, and that was Matty Targett. And I'm sorry, that was an absolute shower of shite. I'm sorry, but what on earth was that yesterday? What on earth was that? When he got the ball, he didn't know what to do with it. He looked absolutely nervous. And what's gone wrong? You like to know what's really, really gone wrong there. It was just, Lewis Hall or Livermento need to come in for me for the next game. And it was just probably a big day to forget for Matt Targett. 0 for Matt Targett. 0. Phillips going for a 0 for Burn. Burns 1 sounds good. Turd 7-0. And David's going for a 1 for Targett. To me, it's a 0 for me. Even Phillips going for a 0 for Targett. For me, I think that, 0. Sorry, it was just, I don't know. Yeah, there you are. Right, we'll go into the midfield 3 now, and I'll start with Tonali. And again, it's the wrong idea to take him off, in my opinion. It really, really is, because he's helped controlling that midfield. He really is helping controlling that midfield of ours, and I don't know why he's been taken off, and it was quite early into the second half as well. Eddie Howe needs to look at keeping him on, because he really is helping with that midfield. He really, really is, in my opinion. So there, I'm going to give Tonali a 6. I thought it was pretty okay from Tonali yesterday. So yeah, even in Peter Norris's Mighty Mag, Tonali a 4. Oh, he's gone for a 9 for Tonali. Well, I think that's been a bit generous. Once he was a 9 performance, 6 maybe a 5. Coffee's in the chat. Hope you're well, Coffee. As well, so I've gone for the 6 for Tonali. The next in the midfield, I'll go with Bruno, and he was ineffective for me. Really, really ineffective. I've got to admit, I'm sorry, but hopefully the international break again is coming at the right time, and hopefully he can look to sort his performances out, in my opinion. So, yeah. So I'm going to say it's a 4 for Bruno. He was quite ineffective yesterday, unfortunately. That wasn't good, unfortunately. 4. Tonali a 7, the only one that was off ball and played good balls again. Okay. Last 10 non-friendly games, win, loss, draw, won, draw, win, loss, loss. And the big difference is shocking form from Bruno. 4-2. This is Coffee's ratings. Pauper 2, Trippier 5, a share of 3, Burn a 0. Target a 1, Tonali a 5, Bruno a 7. Bruno 3, wasted a chance for another player. Bruno 4, Eddie Howe scared to drop him. New contract issues, hopefully not. He's got to stop looking to take him off at some point. Bruno bailed us out with defensive errors. At times he did, but at times he was very ineffective. I've got to admit, so you know, last of the midfield three was Joe Linton, and he wasn't much sorry, but he wasn't fit at all, Joe Linton. He wasn't fit at all, and I don't know why Eddie played him. He shouldn't have done. He really, really shouldn't have done. So yeah, you could tell when he was on the ball, he did not look match fit at all. And again, hopefully he is fully fit after the international break, because he is one of our key players. But he was not fit at all yesterday, and I don't know, he shouldn't have played at all. A 2, I would say a 2 for Joe Linton, because he wasn't match fit at all. 0, I wouldn't say it's a 0. 2. Joe 1 shouldn't have started at all. So, nah. Definitely shouldn't have started. I've given him a 2, so there you go. Right, then we'll go into the attacking 3 now. It was just another one. J7 wasn't fit. It stood south of mile. Absolutely, yep. Says Pedro. Yep, totally agree. Right, the attacking 3. Anthony Gordon. And you know what? I thought he did pretty well again. Anthony Gordon. Really, really thought he did pretty well again. I know he was booked quite early on in the game. As well, so but I thought Gordon was doing what he had to do again at times in the game, and it's funny and it's great to see him how he has been transformed as a player now. It really, really is, in my opinion. So I'm going to say a 6 for Gordon as well. I thought he did pretty well again for me yesterday. 7, someone's gave him, should have scored, could have done, yeah. 5, he did have that chance and he just put it off. He put off target. Going already 3 red cards, yellow cards. Yeah, absolutely. Golden 7, our best player, but Sky, that one shot he did, didn't he? That was the problem. But he's still doing what he had to do yesterday. So there you are. On the right hand side, and that was Miggy. And again, apart from the goal, one chance he had, he was a headless chicken, as I mentioned. Once again, I was at times he just wasn't challenging for the ball. I mean, come on, man. You're an attacker. You should try at least challenge for the ball. And he just wasn't doing that at all. Oh, and it was just to me, he does need taken out. I've got to admit, I think Miggy needs dropping. I've got to say sorry. It really, really was it was poor yesterday. Sorry. Miggy, I'm giving a 2. He was pretty poor for me yesterday. Gordon didn't look fit as normal, but going to be class for us, absolutely, yeah. Gordon 6 week, this socks just needs a bit more composure. 1 for Miggy, yeah. Miggy 3, time for Murphy, says Pedro. I know Coffee is probably going to like your comment for saying that. Miggy 3, floated about like a balloon, ineffective. Yep. Miggy 1, went for fish and chips on the beach between 5th and 70 minutes. Yeah. I want to see Murphy in Miggy's place, says Coffee. Or you have Gordon on the right and Barnes on the left. So you are right. The last of the starting 11 was Alexander Isak, and he was quite isolated at times for me. He had a chance which he put wide, but you know, when he went to the left-hand side, he did pretty well there, I thought, as well. So I didn't think it was too bad from Isak yesterday, but just through the middle, he wasn't as effective through in the middle than he was up front. So I'm going to say a 5 for Isak. I think that when he came on the left-hand side, looked a little bit more better. Some are going for 6 for Isak, okay. 6, Isak missed 2 chances, not much supply. 6, yeah, absolutely. Going a 5, Miggy a 4. Oh, I think Miggy a 4 is very generous, and he's lucky to get that as well. Isak looked lazy till he went to the left, a 4, okay, yeah. Could say that as well. So, there you are. Right then, so we'll get into the substitutes now. And we made 3 at the same time, didn't we? I believe we did make 3 substitutions at the same time as well. So, yeah. Yeah, it was 3 at the same time. So, yeah. So, the first one I'm going to start with. Isak, 5 years, he has more perseverance. Yeah. Can't give Miggy a 4. He didn't have 4 touches. No, Miggy definitely wasn't a 4. He was well lower than that, in my opinion. So, well, right then. So we're going to substitutions, and I'm going to start off with Callum Wilson, and he scored a really good goal. And do you know what? He's knocking on the door to be starting in a way as well, Callum Wilson. I really took his goal very, very well that he scored. It was a really good goal that he scored as well. So, yeah. It's a really good goal, I thought, from Callum Wilson. So I'm going to say a 7 for Wilson.
That club's getting worse, like fucking hell.
The what?
Man U are getting worse, like.
What's
No,
going
because
on?
Jason Santos just released a statement because obviously we've been dropped a day,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just bring it up what you said.
Go on and read it out, Mason. Let's have a look.
Please don't believe anything you read. I will not allow people saying things that is completely untrue. I have conducted myself in training very well this week. I believe there are other reasons for this matter, but I won't go into it. I've been a scapegoat for a long time, which isn't fair. All I want to do is play football with a smile on my face and contribute to my team. I respect all decisions that are made by the coach and staff. I play with fantastic players and grateful to do so, which I know every week is a challenge. I will continue to fight for this badge no matter what.
But he's not. He's sorry, but he's been a real disappointment in the Premier League.
But I've just seen somebody on Twitter saying that Ten Hag will go at the end of the season.
Ten Hag will let him go.
No, Ten Hag will go at the end of the season.
So yeah, where was up to Will Wilson? I've given it a 7 because he did very well for that as well. So, there you are. The next substitution who came along with Wilson, and I'm going to go with as well, is Longstaff. He wasn't too bad. You know what? Longstaff did provide the assist for Callum Wilson as well, I've got to admit. So it's a hard one, but I think that was the only thing he really did throughout the game, was provide that one assist for Callum Wilson. But there's a lot of people calling him for Longstaff to go back in as well. So do you know what? I think a 6 for Longstaff. Probably did that because he provided the assist as well. So some are going for 6, someone, Philip Coffey's going for a 7. I've given Longstaff a 6 because he did well to provide that assist for Callum Wilson. So there you are. And the next substitution that came on with the other two was Elliot Anderson. Well, I didn't think he did really an awful lot, I've got to admit, Elliot Anderson, when he come on. So, what did he give Elliot Anderson? Possibly...
Peter, look at Pierre Vikings profile picture.
Probably a 5, probably for Elliot Anderson. I'll get into it while I've learned for these coming. Longstaff, not bad, or definitely a better 6 for me. Longstaff a 4.
Look at his profile.
Let's have a look. Oh, God almighty. On the 6, 5. Anderson 4 just ran around. That was the problem he did. Should have started. I've given him a 5. Right, so the other 2 substitutions. That did come on as well.
Barnes
one of them was Harvey Barnes. And I think Barnes did an awful lot when he came on as well for me. So probably going to have to say probably a 5 for Barnes as well, because I don't think he really did much when he came on as well. So Anderson a 4, probably enjoyed his day trip to the beach. Yep, possibly did. 4, Barnes, big up the Rushcliffe, massive goal. Oh, God. Barnes 3, offers nothing defensively. I said 5. Do you know what? I'm going to turn that to a 4, I think, yeah. Because he needs to be a bit better, and he wasn't. He didn't do an awful lot, did he? So there you are. Right, the last of the substitutions was Jamal Lascelles. Do you know what? I don't think Lascelles did really put a foot wrong when he come on, I thought. So I didn't think Lascelles really put much of a foot wrong when he came on, I thought. So I'm gonna say a 5 for Lascelles because, yeah, you saw the Mackems booking tickets to Milan. No, oh, Jesus Christ, that 6 for Lascelles. Yeah, they book and cancel them to make travel more awkward for two fans. That's shocking, that, like, absolutely shocking. So, yeah. 5 for Lascelles because I didn't really think he put a foot wrong when he came on. I thought so. That's all the players that we've done. 4 for Lascelles, okay. So we'll go into. Oh, we've still got a few ones tomorrow. Lascelles is better than Burn at the moment. Do you know? Maybe. Lascelles the 6 did settle the nerves on the back line when he come on. He did actually a little bit. So yeah, I've gone with a 5. So you are right. Last 3 ones I'm going to rate. Stuart Atwell, the referee. Oh, what can you give the referee? I mean, again, I still don't get these given the blown for free kicks for little soft touches, which I've seen a lot of the time yesterday. So I'm probably going to say a 4 for the referee, Stuart Atwell. Well, a 2 should have had pen. Should we have had a pen? I don't know if we could have had a penalty in the game, which part of that was Beer. I didn't see when we could have had a pen, like. All refs and knobs, always an 0 to 0. I've given him a 4. I really wasn't the great 5, okay. So, but I'm not sure a mention of a penalty in part of the game, so. Okay, right then. So the next one I'll do is our fan base, and they get a 10 straight away. Even though when we were 3-0 down, we just kept going throughout the whole of the game, and that's what our fans is about. So, yeah, that's 10 for the fans, easy. So Fallon Wilson in the box went to VAR. Did it go to VAR? There was nothing on the screens in the game to say that went to VAR. So, fans 10. Yeah, Anthony Taylor's from Manchester, and he was for the referee Man United game, but he doesn't support Man United, I don't think.
I think it's Tottenham in the National League.
Yeah, 10. Fans are 10. Stadium fans are 10. Twitter fans are 1. Bloody hell. Isak had a possible shout too early, but wasn't looked at. I didn't see that as well. Again, not went to the screens inside the stadium, so I can't really say much more on that as well. The last one I'll go with is Eddie Howe. I mean, he went with a lineup that he thought he could have gone with, but again, the substitutions. Again, should have kept Tonali on. Should have looked to take Bruno off instead. Shouldn't have played Joe Linton. That was another one, in my opinion. So, yeah, I'm going to see it to 4 for Eddie Howe this time, unfortunately.
I think he's got to do better with some of his substitutes.
He took apparently the first 3 substitutes were about 58 minutes in the game. So it was quite early, but it shouldn't have been Tonali, in my opinion. So, Howard 3, Howard 2, worst game under Eddie Howe. It's one of the worst we've had under Eddie Howe. It really, really is. So there you are, yeah. I mean, so that is all the ratings that we've done. So we'll start to draw the show to an end in the next few minutes or so. Sorry, but 3 Tonali off after the game was a lesser, but he didn't learn. 5 for Howe, okay. Hopefully he's got to get it right. And look, hopefully he will look at right after the international break and knows what he got to do to get recharged for after then. Hopefully he'll look to do that, and hopefully something will be solved for when we take on Brentford after the international break as well. So, yeah. Coffee says, Peter Proudlock channel's a 10 out of 10. Check out the quick thoughts in the match day vlog as well, which I did down there as well. So, I'm off, guys. Take care. He says, Dahoud gets a -10. Okay. So, fair enough. But, yeah, it was a day to forget yesterday. I did see John down there, so it was great to see him.
Oh, with his Man U shirt on.
Oh, no. We were talking, I just called him at them. Just during the half-time, I had a word with him, and we were just discussing about the game, and he said it was really poor so far, particularly. And then the second half, it just didn't get much better, though, did it? Yeah, that was the thing. So, yeah, it was great to see you, John, Mr. Sinclair, down yesterday as well. But all the fans, we travelled. 3,000 fans went down there yesterday. We sang our hearts out. But we were left with egg on our faces with a really, really shocking performance like that. And that was the thing. So hopefully it's international break. Hopefully it's come at the right time. We've got Brentford after the international break. And hopefully we are ready and recharged for that, which I am missing the game, unfortunately, which I'm a little bit gutted about. So, because I'll be on a plane, unfortunately. So, but hopefully we can. As soon as I land at the airport, hopefully I'm seeing that we've got 3 points in the bag after that game. So hopefully, now we have to watch Southgate's England. Unfortunately, we do. But let's see how some of these players that he's called up do. Like Eze's been called up from Crystal Palace, who's been a cracking player for them as well. Hopefully, Tomori gets a chance for England, possibly. Eddie Nketiah, I'm very surprised he's been picked, but we'll see how he does. He hasn't had much of a bad start of the season, Eddie Nketiah, so there you are. But yeah, it is England. But hopefully this international break has definitely come at the right choice. So we play Brentford on Saturday, 5:30 kickoff. Yeah, and I'm on a plane while the game is on. So yeah, but we'll wait and see. So there you are. But yeah, so there you are. Hopefully, we're just ready for after the international break as well. So fingers crossed, we'll start to pick up the wins that we should be picking up after the break's finished. So there you are. So there you are, and yeah. But yeah, Brentford, they had not have had a bad start to the season, but hopefully it's a game we should. John's definitely going to Milan. It wouldn't surprise me. Or PD Mason go to Milan, Borussia and Dortmund. I'll see what I can do.
I can see what I can do with Paris because that's probably one of the easiest places I can go without flying. Because I cannot stand flying. Dortmund, the same, but Milan, nah.
Fair enough.
I am not getting my head kicked in by the Italian ultras as well.
Oh, good. Will you be watching our first Champions League game in the Champions League? Hopefully, I'll be in the bar watching that one as well. PD's Euro trip Campia van. You know what? I might do some videos while I'm over there. Depends doing some if I do some sightseeing over there, which I probably will be. So I might look to do something over there as well, just in a way to keep the channel going as well. Hopefully, Mason, you'll be able to contribute to the channel still as well while I'm away as well.
I'll probably think about doing a few shows.
Yeah.
I'll probably do the Brentford preview. On the
I should be able for that one. So, but if you want, you could do the match review and the player ratings.
I'll do that
as well. You could do the watch along and the preview for the AC Milan game as well, and also the preview for the Sheffield United game as well. So,
what did the Milan game? Oh, Gates is playing, bastard.
Oh, can you not watch? Oh no, never mind then. Doesn't matter.
What day is it?
Milan's a Tuesday.
Tuesday.
So that would be.
Gates is at home on the 19th.
Oh, that's on the Thursday. Oh no! Oh no, you're right.
Tuesday.
It is the Tuesday.
I put in my little calendar. Gates is at home.
Oh, that's no problem to miss if you kind of do the watch along for that one. I might just I could probably do me quick thoughts after I've watched the game and stuff like that. So, Eddie, I've just read that one. Campo was fans being down in the Order Pen. Are you going to the Gangbang Festival? Definitely not. So, there you are, beer. Well, hopefully, we should. So we'll let you know what content we've got coming up throughout the next week. I should be okay with the preview, and of course, hopefully, I should be able. Well, we did because the international break, because it's actually 2 weeks yesterday when I go out. So we'll have to look at something to do during the international break. But we should have the crazy show back next week as well. So that'll be one of the things that'll be returning back, and we'll think of something to do as well. Why the international break now? So again, guys, if you have enjoyed tonight's show, remember to hit the thumbs up. Please, of course, if you're brand new to the channel, if you're not yet subscribed and you really enjoy what goes on this channel, do hit that subscribe button. It really is helped making the channel grow. And again, it's all down to you guys that tell me the channel grow as well. So thank you so much for your support as always. And that bell notification to let you know whenever it's a live show or a pre-recorded video on the day as well. So make sure to hit the notification bell to keep yourself notified as well. And again, if you'd like to donate, feel free to do so. Again, if you want to become a member of this channel for 99p, if you are a member, you will be put into a prize draw as well. So if you want to be within the chance of that, it's your chance to become a member of the channel. Coffee says England watch along. I'm not sure. We'll think of something to do, but we're not sure about a watch along for that one. PBC gentlemen, it's either Friday or let me just take a look at the games. The games are the first game's on Saturday at 5 o'clock, and the second one's on Tuesday.
Fair enough. So
we'll have a think about that as well. So bye, name Mason and all. Cheers, coffee. As well. So there you are. Well, guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend, whatever you are doing, and we shall see you on the next show. See you later, guys. Take care. Good night, everyone. Away the lads.